Okay, next we have Jennifer's Body, a zany romp of a dark, dark, dark comedic horror film in the grand tradition of one of my favorites, Ginger Snaps, in which that movie did the same thing, combining the elements of high school life with all the elements I named above. This movie, of course, stars Transformers bombshell Megan Fox. She plays Jennifer Check, a cheerleader and the most popular girl in school. She's your prototypical high school A-lister who cares more about her popularity and boys obviously, than her schoolwork. Her best friend is named Needy. Yes, I can't make that up. She's played by Amanda Seyfried, who herself is a very attractive woman, but tries her best to conceal it, and quite frankly, it doesn't work, but strangely enough, that aspect actually benefits this film, believe it or not. Needy caters to Jennifer's every whim, and while she's unpopular, she's still best friends with the most popular girl in school, and to her, that covers her insecurity. Jennifer's not necessarily as mean as most characters in of this type would be in many other films, but she's certainly not the nicest person in the world. Now, one night Jennifer goes out to see the hottest band in town and convinces Needy to ditch her nice boyfriend to come with her to see them. Jennifer, playing a total groupie, takes off with the band, who are anything but nice, led by a surprisingly effective lead singer or performance from OC alum Adam Brody. Later that night, Jennifer shows up on Needy's doorstep with blood all over her and acting quite weird. What happened? Not gonna tell you. But a series of murders start popping up and the adventure begins. Nobody suspects Jennifer of any of this. Why? Because she's a teenage, high school popular girl. Why would anyone suspect her? I know I wouldn't. Now, Diablo Cody, the brilliant mind behind the screenplay for 2007's Juno, who won an Oscar for that, also wrote this film. She has fun with a borderline satirical aspect of this film, and I did as a moviegoer as well. The film plays up its camp value at every turn without going too far over the top. Cody has seen to find the proper balance. There's no real mystery here, no real unpredictability, but that's not what this film is trying to be. That's not the charm of it. But much like the aforementioned Ginger Snaps, it leads to an effective climax. Films like this intend to be something more than they are. Some succeed and some don't. This could have easily just been a quirky, glorified B film, which is just kind of there. The charms that make this movie flow is how the makers of this film made it merely enjoyable for a moviegoer, and not just a movie where Megan Fox parades in her underwear for 2 hours. This movie, in addition to being written by Cody, is directed by Karen Kasama. And now I'll say right now, if this film was written and directed by a guy, any guy, it'd be Megan Fox parading around in her underwear for 2 hours. Now, granted, I'm sure a lot of you out there, a lot of you guys, wouldn't have a problem with that, but that's not what I want in a movie. All right, what was what this movie gave me. That's exactly what I wanted. It's funny. And it has an effective campiness that just is just easy to get into and enjoy. Now, this is actually Fox's first turn in a starring role, believe it or not, as she's been on the, I guess you could say, the spotlight for quite some time now, and she does well. Sure, they play up her sex appeal in the film, but not as much as the trailers would have you suggest. She actually shines here, and I enjoyed what she had to offer from an acting standpoint. Not saying she's Oscar worthy, but even Ashton Kutcher had a good movie this year, so anything's possible. Now, the fact is, also, Amanda Seyfried continues her role, and she delivers a fine performance as Needy. And yes, while she couldn't conceal her looks, she embodied it as best she could and delivered. J.K. Simmons, always stealing scenes and having fun with it, does the same thing here, and quite frankly, I can't get enough of him these days. Jennifer's Body is what it is. It's a fun romp for boys and men to enjoy. Women, I'm telling you right now, you may differ on that subject. But overall, it's a great entertainer. It was a fun time at the movies. So I give Jennifer's Body 3.5 stars out of 5.